The explosion tore through the starboard engine like a supernova kissing a soap bubble. Lieutenant Zix Aravelian Zix, to anyone who valued their mandibles, watched her navigation console erupt into sparks and molten circuitry as the crimson talons spun helplessly toward the planet below. The bridge filled with the bitter smell of burning synthetics and the far worse scent of 12 Corvani soldiers realizing they were about to die. "We are hit," Navigator Drexen screamed, his scales flashing panic violet. "Really?" Zix snapped, forearms flying across the dying controls. "I thought we were redecorating. Strap in. We're going down." The Crimson Talon had been part of the 3rd Expeditionary Fleet probing human defenses along the Centauri border. 3 cycles of war had taught the Corvani Dominion many things, chief among them that humans were terrifyingly unpredictable. Their propaganda painted humans as savage, barely sentient apes with plasma rifles. Torturers, monsters, beasts who ate prisoners. As the ship screamed through atmosphere, Zix had 47 seconds to wonder if any of it was true. The impact answered nothing. Zix woke tasting blood and radiation static. Pain exploded through her thorax. Her lower arm felt shattered beyond repair. Voices surrounded her, harsh, guttural, unmistakably human survivors. 7, maybe 8. Need medical evac. Not hostile. Concerned. A shadow loomed. A human knelt beside her, massive in insect-like armor, visor reflecting her fractured form. His eyes were brown warm. "Hey," he said gently. "Easy. You're badly hurt. We're going to help you." Help didn't compute. She tried to speak. Only a wet sound came out. "Medic," the human shouted. Internal bleeding. Cold touched her neck. The world faded. When Zix woke again, she wasn't dead. She wasn't in pain. And she was lying in a bed. A real bed, sheets, pillows, soft fabric under her claws, medical monitors hummed nearby. Her shattered arm was set, immobilized, healed enough to stop screaming. A human woman stood nearby in white garments, smiling. "I'm Lieutenant Commander Aisha Okonkwo," she said. "Chief Medical Officer. You're safe." Zix stared, all 6 eyes blinking. "Why?" she croaked. Aisha paused. "Because you were hurt. I am enemy." Aisha's expression softened. Hurt people still deserve help. Nothing in Zix's training prepared her for that answer. Days passed, then weeks. Her body healed with careful human precision. They brought food tailored to Corvani biology. They explained procedures, answered questions. One doctor spent hours excitedly discussing Corvani physiology like she was a colleague, not a prisoner. On the 5th day, she was taken to see her crew, not cells. Windows, a common area with books, screens, and space. They gave us blankets. One soldier whispered, "Soft ones." They apologized when they bumped into me. Another said, confused. Zix listened, unsettled. 15 cycles of war had never prepared her for kindness in captivity. The real break came with the chairs. Corvani spines weren't built for human furniture. Sitting sent pain lancing through her back. When she admitted it, embarrassed, guarded, the human base commander listened. Colonel Marcus Webb didn't mock her. He apologized, then ordered custom ergonomic seating designed for Corvani physiology. "They're people, not cargo," he snapped into his calm. 3 days later, purple chairs arrived. Someone had remembered Corvani culture. When Zix sat, truly sat, without pain, something cracked inside her. "Why?" she asked Webb later. "Why care for enemies?" He told her about his grandfather, a prisoner once, treated with dignity. How mercy survived war when hatred didn't. "You measure a civilization," Webb said quietly, "by how it treats those it has power over." The words lodged deep. Months passed. The guards learned their names, asked about poetry. One young human, Marcus, admitted he'd been terrified of them at first. Propaganda worked both ways. Then came the incident. A new guard, Bennett, fueled by grief, harassed a young Corvani private. Hatred boiled over. Before it could turn violent, Colonel Webb intervened, removed Bennett from duty and punished him publicly. "We will not become monsters," Webb said. "Not here." Zix watched humans discipline their own for the sake of enemy prisoners and felt doubt bloom into something heavier. Then came the letters. Humans allowed them to contact home. Mothers who had mourned learned their children lived. Families healed. Hope returned. Zix's own mother wrote of prayers answered and gratitude toward humans she'd been taught to fear. When Corvani inspectors arrived expecting torture, they found chairs, medical logs, letters, dignity. "What do I tell the council?" one asked, shaken. "The truth," Zix replied. The war ended 6 months later. Repatriation came with handshakes and quiet tears. Years passed. 10 years later, Ambassador Zix Aravelian stood before a monument on neutral ground, human and Corvani names etched together. Children played where prisoners once exchanged. Colonel Webb stood beside her, older, smiling. "You changed history," he said. "No," Zix replied softly. "You gave me a chair." Nearby, a human officer held hands with a Corvani woman, love born from curiosity instead of fear. When Zix spoke to the crowd, her voice carried across species. "I expected torture," she said. "I received medical care. I expected cruelty. I received comfort. That chair taught me mercy is not weakness. It is the courage to see enemies as people." Applause thundered. And in her heart, the pain of sitting, of doubt, of truth, of change, felt worth it every single time.